to Crisco for YouTube. Today I'm going to give you two simple recipes. One is going to be a dip. The other one is going to be a spread for when you get ready to have your tailgate parties or your football parties. If you just have friends in for the holidays or anything where you're going to have some people and you want to just serve something, you want to munch on something. So I'm preparing, getting ready for a big event, and I said let me come on and show you how to do a couple of these items. So over the next maybe 2-3 videos, and it won't be consecutively, I'm going to show you how to do just quick things that you can have around when people come in and they may get the munchies. Now the first thing that I'm going to show you, or the first dish that I'm going to show you, is going to be a cilantro jalapeno dip. Okay, so here's the items that you're going to need. You're going to need sour cream and mayo. We're going to use equal parts of that, and it will be 6 ounces each, and you can just use your measuring cup in order to measure off that. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of ranch seasonings, and of course we're going to need jalapeno, but we're going to strip this so we won't get heat from it, and we're going to need cilantros. Now I've already washed the cilantro, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take off all of the stems. I'm just going to cut off enough of the stems so that I can throw them away where they pulled them from the ground, or where they pulled them from the actual plant, or where there may be a little bit of rot. So I'm going to take that off, and we're going to put this into my food processor in order to make this dish. Now the second dish that I'm going to show you is going to be really, really simple, and that's going to be a cucumber spread. Now here are the items that you're going to need for the cucumber spread. You're going to need softened cream cheese, of course a cucumber, you're going to need dill, and you're going to need salt. That's all you're going to need, and of course you're going to need your favorite brand of bread, and I'll show you that, whether it be marble rye or to just be regular bread. I'll show you that in a minute. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set these items aside, then I'm going to go away and get everything prepared for us to make the first dip, which is going to be the cilantro jalapeno ranch dip, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back, so let's get started. Now I'm going to take, and I've already dried my jalapeno. I rinsed it off, and then I dried it. And to get it over into my food processor, I'm just going to chop it up just a little bit so it can all fit down in there. Along with the stems, you don't have to cut them off, just cut off a little bit where the rot is. Now I've already taken off, I only have 1 jalapeno pepper, but it depends on how much of it you're actually going to make. And you know, I need everything kid friendly, so I don't need a lot of heat. So what I did was I just cut off the top, and you deseed it. And once you deseed it, that means that all of your heat is in the seeds, so you've really taken out a lot of it. Now as you increase this recipe, of course you would add more jalapeno peppers and count more of the cilantro. That is 1 bunch of cilantro, only 1 bunch, and I did wash it. Now this is the jalapeno pepper, and I'm just gonna jalapeno, the way some people pronounce it, pepper. And I'm just going to add that to the food processor. Now, before I start my food processor, I'm going to, just a moment. Okay, now it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and mix in this container 6 ounces of my sour cream. And I'm going to add to that 6 ounces of mayo. And this is just easier for me if I use this little bottle and get the measurements. Alright, so I'm going to add 6 ounces of that. So it's equal parts of the sour cream and the mayo. Okay? Now to that, and you can double this recipe, you can triple it, Just keep in mind what I did. If you need more, you can just continue to take the recipe up. Now I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of my ranch seasoning. Take the top off. Now, once you get this all made, you're going to need to sit this in your refrigerator for at least 1 hour. The longer the better, but at least 1 hour, okay? So that's 2 tablespoons of that. Then I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to mix this. Now this dip is delicious. I think you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to be great when you serve it with your favorite chips. Now, because this is the base, make certain that you mix up these ingredients very well. So you don't want any little bits of your seasonings, your ranch seasonings, still floating through there. So you want to make certain that you've mixed up everything very well. Only takes a minute. Okay, now once you think that that has been done, okay, see how that is, how it looks, then you're going to go ahead and start your food processor to grind up your cilantro and your jalapeno pepper. Now you want to take this all the way down until it looks like spinach. So I'm just going to scrape down the sides, and I'm going to grind it just a little bit more. Look at it and make certain that you have the consistency that you want. If you don't, you can continue. I think one more time will give me what I'm looking for. Now once that has been prepared, I want you to look at this. See how it looks? It looks like spinach, okay? So that's where you want to take it. Then you're going to take that one bunch that you grind up, including the peppers, and you're going to put it inside of here. Now this is a great dip, and I think that your people are going to be coming back for more or requesting this recipe from you. You're going to serve this with your favorite chips. Okay, now once you get all that done, then you're going to mix this together. Now how fast and easy was that? It was very quick, very easy. We have everything all mixed up. Now what I'm going to do, and you don't want any of these white streaks, you see little white streaks, you want to make certain that you get all of the white streaks out of it. And like I said, refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. The longer the better. If you do it up to 4 hours, that's good too. Okay. So once you get everything mixed up and you no longer have any white streaks, then you're going to cover this, seal it tight, put it in your refrigerator, give it at least an hour, and then you're going to put it into your serving dish. So what I'm going to do I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and then I'm going to get ready to show you the cucumber spread. Be right back. Okay, now we're back so I can do the cucumber finger sandwiches, so let's get started. Here, I've put in here a half of a, what is this, 4 ounces? I think this is 4 ounces of cream cheese. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. So I've put half of it in there, which is 4 ounces. And I'm not making a lot today. I'm just making enough to show you how this goes. Now I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to peel my cucumber. Now, one thing that I'm not going to do is to take all of the skin off of the cucumber. I did wash it, so I'm going to take off the edges, and then I'm going to, and you can use a knife to do this. You don't have to use your potato peeler, but I'm going to use mine. And I'm going to take off some of the skin, okay, and I'm going to leave some of the skin on it because I like a little bit of color inside of this particular dish or spread, whatever you want to call it. Now, you could take off just a little bit more, so I'm going to go back and take off just a little bit more. Like I said, you can do this with a knife. You don't have to do it with this. I think I pretty much have it all. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to split this down the middle, okay? And the reason for that is because this is where all your water is. Your water is in the seeds. So what you want to do is you want to take a spoon. I need to be trying to face the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But basically, I'm going to take out the seeds because that's your water part. So, and this can be done with a spoon, okay? So you want to take that out. And you can see little dripping. See the water dripping down? There it is. See it? That's where all of your water is. So you want to get rid of that. You don't want that in your dip. And you don't have to use a food processor for this. I'm going to use a food processor for it. You can really just dice it up as small as you want it. But I want it to get a little bit smaller. Okay. So I'm going to take all of that out. All of my seeds. And the reason why you're taking out these seeds, because if you leave the seeds in, your sandwich is going to get soggy before it even gets served, and that's not something that you want. So you're going to take this, and you're going to just cut it up. And you can dice it, you can hand dice it as small as you would want to, but I'm just going to throw it in my food processor. Okay? I'm going to let the food processor just take it down just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to do the other. This is a quick, fast, and in a hurry dip. And you're going to refrigerate it, but for the sake of time, I won't. I'm going to go ahead and spread the bread. But you're going to refrigerate it just to let, and an hour on this one as well, just to let all of your flavors kind of marinate together. Okay. Lost one. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, now that's done. Now to this, I'm going to add 1/2, well, this is salt. So I'm just going to salt to taste, and roughly it's not going to be that much. It's just going to be the taste. If you need to add some more, it's better to add less and then go up than to add more and then you can't come down. So that's the salt, and I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of dill. And I think that dill is a good spice with cucumbers. Okay, that's just 1/2 teaspoon. 4 ounces of cream cheese, salt to taste, and 1 cucumber. And you really don't have to use all of the cucumber if you don't want to. So, I'm going to post it. Okay, that's enough. and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to need another cutting board, so I'll get one real quick. Just take all this away. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay. Take this out. Okay. See, I just chunked it a little bit more. I didn't have those big chunks that you saw me cut. But what I did was I just chunked it up a little bit more. And it's just before like shredding. Okay, I think that's pretty much enough. I could have went with 3/4 of a cucumber, but I'll add up. Then you're going to mix this well. And see, this is a spread. So you see how that is? Like I said, you can refrigerate this for an hour. Take it for an hour, up to 4 hours. Go ahead and use all of this cucumber. I don't want this big chunk right there. Put it to the side that you saw me when I diced it, but I only got one big chunk, so it's no major. So I'm going to take the rest of this and put it in. Okay, and I'm going to mix this well. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this on the plate. See how it is? It's just the spread. And you really want your flavors to marinate together. See? It's just like a spread. You can add anything to this that you want to add to this. You can put you in a little bit of chopped ham or chopped turkey if that's what you choose to do. But this is good all by itself. So, there we have that. Now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. I have a football little cookie cutter. What I did was, and you can do this one of two ways. You can either freeze your bread if that's what you choose to do. You can have your bread to be room temperature. Or you can do what I did. I put it in the toaster, but I didn't let it get brown. See? I did not let it get brown. I just made certain that it got just a little bit kind of crusty like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out with my football cutter. And this takes time, so I mean, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do it. It's just what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to take the second one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, like I said, you don't have to do it this way. Okay, now I have my little oval-shaped football squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the spread on, the cucumber spread on. And what I should have done is saved a little bit of the cucumber to be like a garnish. But I didn't, but you can remember that when you go to do it. So there's one way to do the sandwich, and here's going to be the other way. With this one, I'm going to put the spread on top of the bread. And I'm going to get it all over my bread. Now, I'm not going to make all of this. I just wanted to kind of show you what I'm doing. And you can go from there. Then I'm going to top it. If you noticed, I didn't go close to the edges where the crust is. And the best bread to use for this is going to be your sandwich bread. But I didn't have any sandwich bread in the house, so I'm going to make this work even with this. Now, I have a bread knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delicately cut off the sides of this sandwich. Because finger sandwiches are exactly that. They're finger sandwiches. You pick them up with your finger. And you eat them quite that way. Now I'm going to flatten it out just a little bit. You can cut this any way you want. You can cut this like this if you choose to, but I'm going to cut this on the diagonal. And my bread is easier to cut because it's kind of crusty. Okay? Now once I get my sandwich cut, then I'm going to take my sandwich, make certain that it's together, okay, and I'm going to put it on my platter. Now we don't have a wide variety of them on this platter, and the reason be is because I'm just making enough just to show you how to get this done. This is the second sandwich. We'll put it right there. Okay, so that's just 3 ways that you can do it. And another thing that I wanted to do, I'm going to take this one, clean my knife off a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to cut this one in half, give myself a half a football. Okay. And this would be nice if you would garnish it with some cucumbers. Had I thought about it, I would have shown you how to do that. But I didn't think about it, so I just did it that way. Now what I'm going to do is to show you, I'm going to get my other dip. Okay? And I'm going to place that on my serving platter. Let me just move some stuff out of the way. Okay. So here we have our cucumber sandwiches, and here we have our dip that has been in the refrigerator for roughly 1 hour. So we're going to put it in our serving bowl. And what I chose to do with this dip is I chose, and this would be nice if I had saved a little bit of the cilantro and used it as a decoration on the top. What I'm going to do is I've chose 2 chips that I think would go well with it. One is the potato chips, and of course the potato chips, they always go well with it. A lot of people serve the potato chips. But then because we're using jalapeno pepper and we're using cilantro, I chose to use a Dorito as well. So I'm using a Dorito as one of the chips to use for your dip. So here you have it. Chris is making jalapeno, cilantro, ranch dip, or ranch, jalapeno, cilantro dip, or cilantro, jalapeno, ranch dip. Whichever word you want to put first, all of those ingredients are in there. And the second one is the cucumber finger sandwiches. Okay, just want to show you what I got coming up on my schedule. And if you try these, I think you're going to really enjoy them. Both of them are good dishes, and they're great when you're having just friends over and you just want to give them something to munch on. And as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.